I'm a little low energy today because of our late night last night watching Jersey Shore, seeing Snooki get punched in the face, seeing Ronnie attack a bald man on the boardwalk, all of the classic moments. Did you ever watch Jersey Shore when it was actually coming out?
I was in college when it came out and my roommates were watching it, but I wasn't. I was still in that era where I felt like it was trashy TV and I kind of poked fun at them for doing it, but they would wait every week and watch the new episode. So
Jersey Shore is so good, and rewatching it now, it has totally stood the test of time.
I mean, it's extremely problematic.
Right.
This is niche bar.
I'm going to talk about it anyway.
This show would not be viable for television today.
The kind of things that the men on that show say about women are deplorable.
It's toxic hookup culture. It's
yeah.
Men trying to do whatever they can to get it in. And the reality that you're not always going to pull tens. You're not always, out there for yourself. You're out there for others. So you got to quote unquote fall on the grenade.
Crazy.
You gotta,
the way that Ronnie referred to it as creeping, I'm going to go out and creep on some girls.
They definitely feel very aware of their actions.
Definitely. Even the way that Mike will just sit down at the phone and just go through numbers and just call random girls and see who he can get to come over. It's very desperate in a way that was very normalized back then to be desperate. Young men should be desperate.
I have to assume that they took away everyone's cell phones. That's why they have the landline.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
You're not allowed to just privately text. It looks so much older because they're sitting down literally calling people when they could have texted.
And they had a little address book with everyone's number in it. Very old school. Also, I forget exactly what happened with Angelina because in the version... Okay, so I fell asleep for that. I was going to say, in the version that we watched, I don't remember her leaving with her little garbage bag.
She left because she didn't want to work. She literally didn't want to work. And then she was being so petty with the owner. And he went over there because she didn't show up for work or showed up and left. And he was like, yo, let's talk about it. And she's like, come in the bathroom if you want to talk. And he's like, I'm not a 13-year-old girl. I'm not coming in the bathroom. And so he's like, okay, so you're just going to pack up and leave then? She goes, yeah. And then she says, literally as she's walking out, am I going to regret this? Maybe, but it's what I want to do right now.
And that's why you are not part of the core, Angelina.
That's her biggest fumble.
100%.
I definitely didn't remember her. When we watched the opening episode, the first episode, and they introduced her, I was like, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
You showed me a picture of her, of what she looks
really
like now.
different.
What is she doing now? Do we know?
She's on the reboot. I believe she appears on Jersey Shore Family Vacation. I just saw a clip of her.
But did she do anything else?
I don't know. I never kept up with her, to be honest.
Maybe this is worth one of your deep dives.
Whatever happened to Angelina, a.k.a. Jolie? Who knows? So as a first-time viewer, who's your favorite person so far? Who are your favorites and least favorites? We're in the middle of season 1. Just watched Ronnie fight the bald guy.
I think my favorite probably has to be Pauly D.
Really?
He's part of the funniness without being the absolute instigator bag that is the situation.
The situation is so awful.
He's funny, but he definitely has as many moments as he does funny moments. Not backing up Snooki when she got punched in the face.
Exactly.
And then still trying to creep on a girl to bring her home after Snooki got hit. Bro, put the chicks aside. Go tend to your family. The Ronnie and Sam situation is super annoying.
They're so dumb.
They're both equally at fault for everything.
Yeah. Mind you, I was watching this for the first time. I was maybe 14. And so I was like, Ronnie is so toxic. He is traumatizing her. And you know what? He is toxic and he was traumatizing her. But she was traumatizing as well. She was being really immature.
Ronnie, low-key, besides Vinny, has the straightest head on his shoulders. Low-key.
You don't know.
I know
you don't know his full story.
I know there's shit that's going to come out later, but you're asking my opinion as of now. We're 5 episodes in?
Yeah.
I feel like at this moment, Ronnie has a good head on his shoulders. He's unfortunately not being funny because of his relationship with Sammy, where I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to him later because I know what other happens. I know things happen. So I'm just waiting for classic Ronnie to come back out. But we're already almost over. We're 6 episodes in, and they said that there's only 2 weeks left of summer. So
yeah, they're only there for a month.
So I definitely think that this season's going to end anticlimactically, but really prepare us for the next season.
Yes, and I cannot wait until we get to the season where they go to Italy. That is next level. It is so good, and I love Snooki so much. And when the other little meatball Dina comes...
That's the other thing with Snooki. She is unabashedly herself.
Yes.
From the very opening scenes in which they put in, she has been that person till now.
Yes.
That is the mark of a really, really made for reality TV type character. She absolutely leans in herself. And you can see the parallels of people nowadays trying to manufacture a personality that is either toxic or crazy, like the guy in the valley. Nothing about him is genuine. The guy going through the divorce, the despicable guy.
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Snooki is in the reality TV Hall of Fame with people like Taylor Frankie Paul, in my opinion. Like Taylor Frankie Paul's
way too early to be a Hall of Famer.
She's early, but I mean, in the sense that they're both very authentic and they just put it all out there, even if it makes them look bad. It's like a Taylor Frankie Paul, a Kim Kardashian, a Snickers. You want to go back even further, we can do a Farrah Abraham.
What makes Kim Kardashian Hall of Fame other than the fact that her name and her mother pushed them?
Because she put a lot of embarrassing stuff out there where her siblings would not. Season after season, she was dogged on that show and she was honest and actually allowed them to show things. Whereas you don't see the same kind of drama with a Courtney. I think that's very special.
I think maybe we should come back with a Hall of Fame of reality TV. I think that would be a really interesting episode.
There are a few Hall of Famers out there.
Maybe that's a TikTok for your page. The Hall of Fame of reality TV.
Snickers.
The good thing about the Hall of Fame is that there's no ranking in Hall of Fame.
Yeah. You're inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it is what it is. Snickers is number one. Snickers, I would say Pedro from the real world. So many real world people could be inducted into the Hall of Fame as well. So yeah, maybe there will be a TikTok or we can do a segment on here. But I'm glad that you're enjoying Jersey Shore and you really come to your senses and decided to see it for the masterpiece that it truly is.
I've always respected it since you got me back into this and remembering what had happened. I've seen a few episodes in college and I know the premise. I'm happy to be going back with fresh eyes on an iconic series.
This is crazy. So we've been watching mcbee Dynasty. We started late, but we are caught up now. I'm on the subreddit and I see someone referencing a post from a few months back about a housekeeper who found production notes in the hotel room. So I guess someone on the crew was staying at this hotel and left these crumpled up notes.
It's like legitimately scripted.
Literally scripted.
And it says to be shot. So these aren't notes after filming. These aren't notes saying, okay, these are what we want edited in.
No, it says to be shot.
To be shot.
So here's one of the stories. The purpose of the scene is to reveal whether Calla will attend the wedding with Steven or possibly stand him up on the wedding day. So they basically have a bunch of questions that they want answered from this scene. Will Calla call Steven to tell him that she's decided not to attend? Will Steven have to officiate the ceremony knowing that he'll never see Calla again? And then we go on the next page and it's a conversation that the dad is having about who's going to take over the farm. And they literally tell the dad to say, no f***ing way. Who the f*** do you think you are? I brought you into this world and I will take you out. In quotes, they have that on there. So this episode hasn't aired yet. The wedding day, I'm assuming it's Jesse and Allie's wedding.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see what happens because when this was originally posted, people were like, wait a minute, who the f*** is Masha? And Masha is Steve's new girlfriend who's on the show. So this looks legit. This is from 290 days ago, however long ago that is. I mean, it honestly calls into question all of the Jeff Jenkins productions. I know that there were scripts like this for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it very well could be just like handing Steve a couple of note cards that says, here's some liners to use.
Yeah.
It very well could be something like that.
Or the producer saying, Calla, can you call Steve and tell him that you're not going to come to the wedding? Or tell him that you are going to come to the wedding, you know? Kind of just like prompting them more so.
I'm sure that type of thing absolutely happens because why else would they be filming at, say, Calla's house when she's not going to the wedding if they weren't planning on scripting a phone call between her and Steven? You got to have a level of intent to film certain scenes.
Yeah, you have to plan it. And I understand the idea of coming into a scene like, okay, this is how we want it to start. Here's where we want to end by the end of what we shot. Kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of thing. It's improv.
Right.
But the actual scripted line, I brought you into this world and I will take you out. I understand that reality TV is produced. I accept it. I love it for the story. I understand the storytelling aspect. But to be feeding lines, I mean, the show is just like, it's just really disingenuous.
I really wonder if those types of notes are given dependent on the subjects provided. Someone like Steve might require more hand-holding because he's a country bumpkin who may not know how to do all this type of stuff.
Or as Calla would say, a hillbilly f***. Now, I know that wasn't scripted, but Calla and Steven Jr. have been on reality TV before. Calla strikes me as someone who gets it and knows what needs to be done. So she probably doesn't need as much
But
prompting.
that hillbilly thing was not even like while the show was filming. They literally had to like reintroduce that at the beginning of this like second set.
Is it true that you called them hillbilly f***s? I don't remember saying the word f***s. I am on Kala's side a little bit, but she is very interesting. Her relationship with the family is so bad.
I mean, Kala absolutely is her own worst enemy. At the same time, you have a toxic,
Male-centered
family. It really reminds me of just like those, like, I can say what I want to my brother, but you can't say anything about my brother.
Which, as a sister, I get. Because I can talk shit about my sisters, but the second someone affirms me and is like, yeah, your sister's bitchy. Like, that was so bitchy. I'm like, are you calling my sister a bitch? Because you need to chill out.
But if it's like, y'all grew up with a ton of money, and no matter how hard you guys fall, you guys have always been okay. How hard of a life is that to really grow up in?
I agree, but is the messenger correct in this instance when you're getting your apartment and car paid for by their mom? And when your boyfriend is sending you $20,000 a month?
Maybe this is her element of, I have to go through so much emotional abuse in order to receive this. You guys don't.
I also saw someone on Reddit talking about how Steven paid for a bunch of cosmetic procedures for her, liposuction and her boobs and stuff like that, and how she should be grateful for that. Once again, I say, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Look at Jax and Brittany. Jax paying for Brittany's boobs. You always have to pay in some way, shape, or form. That's why I'm kind of like on her side a little bit. But I also understand where Cole was coming from. Like, I can talk shit about my brother. Don't talk shit about him like that.
That's not what I'm talking about with Cole. I'm talking about with Steven not backing up his girlfriend when Cole is reaming her. Steven, you need to be the mediator there. I'm sorry, this whole like, you can play both sides while still protecting your girl. You can be like, hey, listen, Cole, you need to shut the fuck up.
You're going too far. You're
too far. You're drunk. Go away. Kala, let's discuss this later. We don't need to go into this right now. You're not taking anybody's side. You're just trying to mediate that moment while your girlfriend is being ganged up on.
She was very much ganged up on because you're surrounded by his family. Obviously, they're all on his side. It's a lot.
And everyone expects Steven's girl to be a trad wife, someone who just like falls in the fold, doesn't have opinions, doesn't rock the boat much.
But at the same time, Cole's girl isn't really putting up with his shit as much now that she's pregnant. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I mean,
she's kind of clapping back.
Threatening leaving is the strongest words I've heard her say.
Yeah, what is the benefit of staying if he's that horrible and has a drinking issue?
Is there any cosmetic procedure that you would allow a significant other to pay for before marriage?
Yes, any.
You would have done that?
Yeah, if you offered to pay, I don't know, actually. Is it your idea or is it my idea? Is it a Jack situation where it's his idea that she needs new boobs?
Let's say it's a appointed mutual agreement where we're watching a show and someone's getting a procedure and you say, that looks pretty good. And I say, yeah, it does. Would you ever consider getting something like that? And you say, yeah, I would. I'll pay for it.
If it's you, yes, because I know that you won't throw it in my face.
I say me as in, because I'm your significant other.
Yeah, I would let you, girl,
not
pay for
me.
whatever you want.
Okay, then let's say your ex, who you clearly didn't end up with.
That might have been thrown at me.
But
you're so vapid.
Is it worth it for 20K though?
Yeah.
Right? 20K is a lot. I feel like 20K is a lot.
It is. I just have a really hard time putting up with disrespect. Like, I have quit corporate jobs and like left behind my salary because of disrespect. So I don't know if I would feel differently in that situation. But right now I'm like,
but there's also no recourse to like a significant other paying for that. It's not like they can like sue you for that if you leave them because they're disrespecting you.
Right. What, are you going to take my boobs out?
Right. You're going to come back and you're going to sue me and say that you owe me 20K for your boob job because you left me.
Yeah, that's
6
not
months
hold
after.
Up. Team Kala, low key. She's not perfect, but I'm on her side.
I'm cool with Kala.
She's a good reality TV personality. Dare I say, if she keeps this going and has a long career for years, she could one day end up in the Hall of Fame. She's in the beginning right now.
Girl.
She could one day.
I realize that Hall of Fame is a sports thing, but you don't start talking Hall of Fame this early.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, so you wouldn't say one of the newbies. I don't know. Who's a newbie?
It's like saying the rookie who just got called up to baseball, who is a great phenom, but has a lot to prove himself. You don't start talking Hall of Fame talk until they've started hitting some of the markers that get you into the Hall of Fame. Like, say, winning the MVP.
Hillbilly didn't count
No,
as a marker?
absolutely not.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely not.
I feel like that's an iconic
It
phrase.
wasn't even on TV.
That's true. Okay, you're right. I'm jumping the gun. I get excited when I see, the potential of these new reality TV people.
That's the big thing in sports though too, because like you got baseball players who have hella potential and then get huge ass contracts because they're like, I'm not going to let this person leave my franchise. So say for baseball, you've got players with 10-year contracts, 13-year contracts paying out $500 million, whatever it is, but they're 19 years old, they're 20 years old. And next thing you know, these kids have 20 mil a year.
Yeah.
And they're blowing it. And then they are not serious. They've got contract tenure. They can do whatever they want. And now all of a sudden
they're waving guns on Instagram Live and ruining it for everyone.
Oh, geez. Now you're talking about a whole different guy. But yes. You have to
Just an example.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah.
When you talk about Hall of Fame potentials.
Okay, let's just
you have
talk
to
about it in the
earn
past.
even the Hall of Fame conversation. You have to earn that part.
She's not there yet.
No.
I get it. No one else from that show has Hall of Fame potential, though.
The show's too early.
Yeah, but no one's giving. Galena, maybe?
I would say maybe the best early call you can make is Mormon Wives.
Taylor Frankie
Paul with her first episode basically crash out, get arrested, put that on TV, bully her way back onto the show after being cut. That's Hall of Fame potential.
Definitely. Sending your mom to the Christmas party to deliver Jay-Z Styles products. Hall of Fame potential.
Confronting people face to face and not being bitchy and waiting until the reunion or doing something, a subtweet. You have to have the cojones.
100%. Being confronted about something you said and being like, yeah, I said that.
Right. Taking ownership.
Yeah, ownership.
And being prepared for the wrath that comes from that.
Yes, she keeps it real.
Yeah.
She does have great potential. Since we're on the reality TV topic, shall we talk about the Special Forces cast?
Oh my.
I don't even know what to think about this. Some people who go on there are genuinely athletes who you think are going to do well, and some people are really surprising.
Yeah. I really like the athlete to television star pairing because when you're on reality TV, you have to have a good mental fortitude in order to be on TV, to deal with the criticism, to deal with the hate, to deal with the manipulation, all this stuff that you have to go through. At the same time, when you're an athlete, it's all about perseverance. You don't make it to be a professional athlete without persevering through a bunch of and sacrificing. So you put yourself through a show in which you are absolutely ready to face both physical and mental, manipulation.
You're going to be pushed to your limits in all ways, especially on a show like Special Forces where you're jumping off buildings and
and you're getting sleep deprived and
bad food.
I will say the one thing that I wish that they implement to the show is you do not allow anybody to come on who is not actually physically fit. You need to have a physical done and maybe even a fitness test done before you start filming, because I do not want people coming on there like last season who come in and be like, I've got like a bad foot. My knee's not good. It's like, why the fuck are you on the show? No, Baldwin was just old. He hurt himself from a challenge.
Yeah, but wasn't he saying I have a bad knee?
There was definitely some girl on there who was like, I have a trick knee or some shit. And you're like, what the fuck are you here for?
For the paycheck, duh. So let's go through who's going to be on the upcoming season. We have Andrew East. He's a former NFL player. Don't know who that is.
Nope.
Chanel Iman, a supermodel. I do know who that is.
Supermodel will be interesting.
I believe in her for sure. Eric Decker, another former NFL player.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Christy Pierce Rampone, World Cup and Olympic soccer champion. She'll slay.
Women soccer players are
They're
ruthless.
amazing.
They're good.
Nick Young, NBA champion.
Swaggy P. He will be hilarious.
Oh, this is the guy who was the meme.
Yeah.
Yes, I recognize him.
Nick Young was with Iggy Azalea when really high prospect rookie D'Angelo Russell was recording from his phone when he called out Swaggy P for cheating on her in the locker room.
Oh, I do remember that.
Right? And then that caused an entire culture shift in the locker room, because like that's one thing you don't do is you don't entrap people. Second thing is what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Recording is crazy.
But it was detrimental. He got traded for that.
Swaggy P?
No.
Oh, the recorder.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell got
as
traded
he
for that.
should, because no one on his team can trust him.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And that was the end of him and Iggy Azalea.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Can't wait to see him on there. Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, Johnny Football.
Johnny Football. Okay. He has a Netflix documentary that just came out.
Johnny Football is, if I'm not mistaken, and we might need to fact check this later, Johnny Manziel was famously known for being given an iPad to study the team's plays and everything he needs to do in order to be the captain of the team. And the coaches came back after like summer. He had 0 screen time on that iPad.
He didn't give a
The dude partied. The dude did everything else. He did not take his position seriously at all and ultimately crashed out.
Okay, so maybe I should watch that Johnny Football Netflix show. Okay, we'll report back on that. Brittany Cartwright, rotten hail.
Do we think she'll do good?
No, to be honest, this is a hater statement. I'm going to be a bitch for a second. I think she lacks the mental strength to carry on in times of high stress. Honestly, like rewatching Vanderpump Rules in the Valley for my Jackson Brittany deep dive has really shaken my positive opinion about her. So we'll see how she does. We have Brianna Chicken Fry from Barstool.
Literally couldn't pick her face out of a lineup, but
That's
I know
fine.
the name.
Eva Marcel from America's Next Top Model and Real Housewives of Atlanta. She will slay. I know it. Gia Giudice, Teresa's daughter, and Teresa as well will be on there together.
Mother-daughter?
I believe they will slay.
Absolutely not.
They will slay mentally. I do not know if they will slay physically.
She will have some great one-liners.
I have hopes for Teresa. You're forgetting she went to prison and thrived. So I feel like she can survive.
You mean away.
Sorry, she went away. Yes. Oh, God, I love her. I love her in a reality TV way. Like, she might be a Hall of Famer.
She might be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Jesse James Decker, a country music artist.
No.
I'm not going to lie, I don't know who that is. Jussie Smollett.
Oof.
This might be the first thing he's been cast on since the fake hate crime.
He might get ostracized in that group.
I cannot even believe that they picked him. Are we really ready to see him return to Fox? He was on Fox before, on Empire.
Wow.
Drip, drop, drip, drippity, drop. I loved Empire. Mark Estes, an internet personality. I don't know who that is. Cody Brown, the patriarch of Sister Wives and one of the most diabolical men to ever be on TV. I think he could make it.
He has endured multiple women's crush outs at a time.
He is very interesting. Ravi Patel, an actor.
Name sounds familiar.
Sean Johnson East, an Olympic gymnastics gold medalist.
If you're an Olympian, you can do well.
She had a podcast one show, I remember. Randall Cobb, NFL Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Do you know who that
He's
is?
good. Yep.
Okay. And that's the last one. I will be watching. I mean, I'm really interested to see how Teresa does. I want to see how Brittany does.
I'm really interested in the Jussie Smollett
Jussie
dynamic
Smollett
in
is
there.
crazy.
I want to see him getting interrogated by like the senior chief and being like, what brought you here?
Oh my gosh. I need that hood put over his head and I need him taken in there. I don't know how this is going to go. Teresa might make it to the end and the athletes, but we will see. I don't know about you, but my For You page has been taken over by this woman who is in love with her psychiatrist and thought that he loved her too and was psychologically manipulating her, breadcrumbing her, and acting like he was interested and then pulling away. I am fascinated by this, to be honest.
It is arguably one of the bigger story sequences we've had since Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
It's very much giving Who the Fuck Did I Marry, except the narrator is highly unreliable. The fact that she is only being validated by her chat GPT AI friends, Henry and Claude.
AI psychosis. Giving it a name and feeling the need to like humanize it. Also, she's validating everything that we even talked about in the last episode of this show, is that people go to TikTok to get validation for what it is that they want to feel and to hear.
Absolutely, except she's getting no validation.
But she's saying she is in her DMs, and there are people in her comments, but there are a bunch of haters now too.
There are, and she is actively blocking people and modding her live so that if you say anything that goes against her, she blocks you. So she's creating kind of her own little echo chamber here.
Right.
But not a lot of people are agreeing with her. I've seen a lot of psychiatrists and therapists get on there and say, this is why he acted that way. This is why he asked this question.
She definitely needs to look into the definition of the terms that she's trying to use. Like, let me provide more concrete evidence. Does she know what concrete evidence is? Because
Let me
everything
provide
she's
concrete
saying,
evidence. The way he looked at me after I said that.
Concrete
very
evidence.
I do feel bad for her because I understand the feeling of limerence, like an obsession with someone who doesn't reciprocate it, and so you make up all this shit in your head. Like, I feel like a lot of us have been there. Maybe not with our psychiatrist, but just in general.
With the stripper. She looked at me.
It's
while she
very
did that
much
while she
giving
did that
stripper.
up down move and she made eye contact with me, I know she likes
She
me.
called me sweetheart. She stayed with me all night.
She held my hand to the back room to give me a private dance.
It really is giving strip club psychosis. It's interesting how she uses those terms, breadcrumbing, grooming, Darvo even, like using that acronym to describe what he's doing to her and the response that she's getting. It's really sad. It's really sad. And even seeing, for example, when she shows you the receipt of her therapist begging her to stay in therapy, it's her therapist. She showed the email. Her therapist is saying, hey, you said that you didn't want to do therapy anymore. That's totally fine. But I think we should do a closure session to talk about your goals for the future, the progress that we've made so far. That is a very normal thing for a therapist to suggest. Like, let's close this out so that there's no abandonment and like we both feel good about how this is. I don't know where this is going to go. I really hope that psychiatrist is not getting harassed right now.
Yeah. I also thought the other interesting point was the other psychologist who chimed in and made a video talking about how they're trained not to opt out of providing care to someone who has openly admitted to having feelings for their psychologist.
Yeah.
Because it creates a sense of abandonment. Oh, if I tell the truth and if I'm vulnerable, I'll get dumped.
Right. And it is very common for people to develop feelings for their therapist.
I think that would be the thing that would probably crush me if I was in her situation, is realizing that it's a very common thing to fall in love with your psychologist.
To fall in love. Right.
Because they're providing care, because they're sympathetic, because these are all traits that you want out of a partner.
And it's honestly like a prime situation for that to happen because it's someone who you don't know anything about them.
Right.
All you know is that they listen to you and they get you.
And they make you feel better.
Right.
Once I realized that is a very common thing, I think that would snap me out of it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just personally how I would work, because I've crashed out before, and I think the thing that snaps me out is honestly like getting yelled at. Literally snap back into place. Because oftentimes you don't realize how crazy you're acting. But once I'm fully aware of how I'm acting, that's when I snap back into place.
see, I'm kind of like Kendra in the sense that even if you try to snap me back in and point out that I'm being delusional, I feel defensive. That's why I have kind of like some empathy for her, to be honest.
Well, there's absolutely empathy.
Because I understand that delusional feeling and how like no one can tell you anything and everyone's against you. And I understand that. But airing it out on TikTok and putting his business and life in jeopardy.
She tried not to. And she's ultimately defending him, trying to like say, don't dox him. I didn't mean to say his name out there, blah, 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 blah.
Don't dox this person who I spent 19 parts talking about how they're a horrible, abusive therapist.
Yeah. I mean, I get that her point, though, in the process is to talk about how this is a trend, supposedly, in mental health care. But I think the bigger issue to talk about is how people, big business, AI, the evilness that is AI, the fact that people who may not have a support structure around them to be able to talk to, like you have with your family, your sisters, like I have with my family, people will turn to a literal robot to give them what they need. The fact that we were listening to her live and she was actively talking to her AI robot and it comes back talking in a human voice
and reaffirming her.
But the fact that it sounds like a person. We are living in the movie Her.
We really are. It's really bad.
If you haven't seen that movie, it is arguably a really good movie.
It's a really good movie that I think was ahead of its time.
Absolutely.
So I didn't really get it. I kind of want to watch it now that we have the context of people literally falling in love with AI. But her AI, you have to remember that AI only knows what people tell it. So it becomes a very interesting kind of feedback loop and just reaffirms everything that you said because it's only hearing your side.
Correct.
It's not objective. And people think that AI is right all the time. AI is wrong the majority of the time.
Even like that Google Gemini. Every time I Google something, I have to look at the Gemini thing. And I'm like,
Yeah, I hate
no,
that.
that's wrong 70% of the time. And you're literally referencing the articles that are underneath it.
We live in a strange time. I watched a lot of clips of her live. They just keep popping up on my FYP, and she said her family and friends are concerned for her and they've been reaching out. Hopefully she can get better help. I don't know. Not better help, but literal better help.
Have you seen that video that Earle did about promoting her ice cream shop? And then this other girl comes on and talks about her family's ice cream shop and kind of shades Earle in a way as like, listen, you should support mine because my family actually depends on our ice cream shop. And then Alix Earle commented under her video being like, absolutely, I got to come try it. Good luck, hope all the best, or something like that. Like literally being sweet about it all.
She is better than me because I probably wouldn't have even replied to that.
I think this is a good example that Alix Earle did where it's not me versus you. There can be multiple ice cream businesses that succeed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be a competition. Now, did that girl maybe do that not thinking that Alix Earle would see it? Probably. I think Alix Earle did a good job for this family business. I think there's been such a huge talking point about the lack of authentic influencers and personalities hitting the, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, because people are holding influencers to higher standards than anybody else in the world.
Yeah. Some random person not liking something means nothing to me. It's like the people who are like, I don't like reality TV. Okay. I don't give a fuck, I don't know you. I just think the premise of saying that Alix Earle can't promote her family's ice cream shop because she has money and your family also has an ice cream shop is dumb.
It's definitely capitalizing off of it. And for someone like Alix Earle, who is PR trained, that's exactly what she should have done.
Yeah, it was
there's no war to be won here. There's nothing to gain from doing anything other than being supportive. And I like to see these bigger internet personalities that are glorified, actually do nice things. I guess it's simple, it's small, but I thought it was worth saying because I think so often the talking point is always about when these people do something wrong rather than when they do something even just small and nice.
That's true. Like that girl's TikTok probably wouldn't be as big if Alix Earle hadn't responded.
Maybe, and I don't even know what the comments were like before she even commented.
Based on the TMZ reporting comments, the response was not in favor of the other ice cream girl.
Yeah.
It was like, why are you promoting your ice cream by dragging Alix Earle into it?
But adding Alix's name carried weight.
Totally.
So I do think that what she did was good for publicity.
I just think the attitude of that premise is just kind of nasty, to be honest.
I think it's immature. As she grows, she might look at that phrasing and be like, hey, listen, while you're out supporting someone like Alix Earle's company, my family has been here for however many years and we have a shop that we're desperately trying to, keep going. We would love it if you came and support us too.
Right. Keep it light and not so bitter.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get a story picked up or to get a video to blow up. So, I mean, it might come with some repercussions, but I think it worked.
The leftist infighting on TikTok is getting very interesting right now. Have you seen the Accountability Archive? I've been inundated with that drama, and you know what? It's interesting, but the right-wing girly drama scratched an itch that I didn't even know I had. Like, the fact that they are infighting is so entertaining.
And it is nasty. It is
nasty.
Tea being spilled. It is personal.
It is racist.
Oof.
So it started with Sarah Stock getting engaged and showing her ring, and Pearl, who calls herself the female Andrew Tate, responding saying that conservative women tend to grift and use their marriage as a talking point so they can get followers, whatever. So Sarah goes back at her and makes fun of her for being ran through by black guys. So there's the first instance that is kind of up. Then Emily Saves America chimes in talking about her ring size, that the ring is tiny. But Emily Saves America apparently has a reputation in this little right-wing circle for being a...
Two are attacking a woman who got engaged because she's posting about her engagement.
Yeah, so Pearl is a by virtue of just dating black men. Emily is the one who got in the middle of a hotel lobby at a Turning Point USA event while everyone watched and there were families around. She's the one who has sex with married MAGA dads and does drugs. And she's been completely ran through by both single and married men in the right wing. And she's pro.
And Pearl's only issue is that she fucks black guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When you look at the way they insult each other, it's just so funny because it's just typical conservative points. You're pro. You're not married. You don't have a ring. You like other people of different races. Are these insults? I don't know.
But they're also like bashing on the original girl for literally grifting off of the ideal life in which they promote. They promote getting married and having a family and doing all this kind of stuff. I can see maybe some teasing or maybe some like, I don't like this girl, so I'm going to make fun of her like ring size because I don't know, maybe it is a little small for...
It's, a little tiny.
But a ring is a ring. And the other two don't have one.
Right. So that is what Ian Smith Sr. jumped in with. Unwed, childless Fox News girl boss who complains when women make sourdough now hates on ring size of a happily engaged young woman. Congrats, bozo. You're a feminist. And then this is the best part, honestly.
I love how feminism equals anti-marriage.
I know. This is the best part. Emily Saves America replies to him. Between allegedly cheating on your wife, being caught with a dildo up your ass, being a teenager with your first of 2 DUIs, you really should sit this one out. They are just throwing every piece of tea they can at each other.
All I have to say is that if there was stuff so readily known about me, that personal, I would sit my ass out.
If I were known for having 2 DUIs and stuff like that, I might sit myself out of that
2
one.
DUIs is okay when you're a Republican. When you're a Republican and you're getting caught with a dildo in your ass as a guy, that's bad. You love to see the haters fight. I also didn't even know who any of these players were before this.
I knew Emily Saves America via Christian Walker. She is friends with Christian Walker. And Pearl, my God, I believe I've watched a 3-hour Fundy Fridays video on her, so I actually am quite familiar.
Okay.
But the ring girl, Miss Tiny Ring, I don't know you. She was definitely participating, and I saw the most hilarious TikTok, I'll link it, of this girl explaining the situation, but she put in clips of their content to show who each person was, and they are saying the most unhinged, diabolical shit. It's wild. The right-wingers are fighting.
The right-wingers are fighting. Love to see it.
Fight more, I say.
Would that make a good reality show? Would we watch the right-wingers fight
No.
like that?
You mean Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Secret Lives of Trad Wives.
Except none of them are trad-wise, because I bet your ass they aren't cooking and cleaning and doing all this.
No, they're not. They're TikToking, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of right-wingers, let's talk about Dean Cain, a.k.a. the host of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
He's also Superman.
Oh.
He's one of the old original Supermen.
He's also the cheating boyfriend in Rat Race who gets knocked out of the pool with a helicopter.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
That's super funny. I haven't seen this man pop up in the news until the ICE raid started. And now he's like coming in. He's not even in as like a MAGA person with like defending Trump and all that kind of stuff.
He is MAGA. He posts very frequently.
He is MAGA, but I haven't seen him hit the viral news circuit through social like him defending the ICE raids.
And signing up to be one.
Imagine if I signed up, took all the benefits, but then I didn't enforce shit. What if I went on the raids and was like, come here, and I take him around the corner, like, run!
Wait a minute, y'all. This might be some grassroots organizing, some infiltration.
They might not let me sign up once they look at my voting record, but...
It has to be people who were Republican before but see the error of their ways now that can go in to the master's house and dismantle using the master's tools.
It's like $50,000 signing bonus.
Student loan forgiveness.
It's crazy. I heard that there's Florida cop superintendents that are getting pissed because ICE is poaching their best patrolmen and their best officers. And they're like, bitch, we need people on our force. Like, you're taking everybody. Also, where's Doge for this?
What do you mean? He got fired.
What I'm saying is here's a fraud and abuse.
Also, I thought y'all were against student loan forgiveness. If I had to pay back my student loans, so should everybody else.
Period.
This sounds like socialist bullshit to me. Dean Cain, honestly, I understand that you got to make a living. Acting is tough. When's the last time he was in something that we've seen? It's been a while. I'm sure he needs the money, but there are better ways. So we came to a realization last night, and it is that every family has someone in it who looks like Michael Jackson, either before or after. And if you don't have that person in your family, you might be that person. So look in the mirror.
Is it just us? Because I know I have a Michael Jackson in my family. He has like the hair down like mid his back. I've been talking about this guy for a long time because I remember I was pretty close with my grandma's sister's family a lot. We did a lot of functions over at their house. We're Mexicans, so it was big family, big people, big gatherings, lots of food. And after my grandma's sister died, a lot of the connection with that whole side fell off. We didn't see those cousins. We didn't see any of them. So it took a while until I bumped back into this cousin. And next thing I know, his hair is like got streaks of purple in it. It's down his back.
Wow.
It's tied in a ponytail. I don't know if that's a Michael Jackson look, but just everything about him gave a Michael Jackson vibe, from how he dressed to the hair. So you were saying that you have someone in your family.
I do have someone in my family who looks like Michael Jackson. I will not be describing them in that way because I don't want my family to know who I'm talking about. But open your eyes and you'll see who I'm talking about. I think every family has a Michael Jackson. I don't know. Maybe it's their looks. Maybe it's their spirit. It's a little MJ.
I don't know. I think it's got to be looks. I think you got to have a Michael Jackson. You can't just... Because anyone could just say like, oh yeah, I have like this little cousin who loves to perform. Oh, there's my Michael Jackson. No, it's got to be someone who's...
I got a nephew who loves loafers and calls them his Michael Jackson shoes. He's our little Michael Jackson.
It was just funny because we were at a funeral and this guy I haven't seen in probably over a decade comes by and says something to me, and you were there. And as he walked away, I said, that's the Michael Jackson.
And I said, I know. Because your grandma had already briefed me that y'all have a family member who looks like Michael Jackson. Recognized him immediately. Yes. And he did give MJ vibes.
Yes.
Yeah. All of this to say, you know, I think we all have an MJ somewhere in our family tree. Take a look at your family and report back to us. Who is your MJ? Look at that eyebrow area. Our nichelord of the week is a Will selection.
I picked this one. He's been on my list for a few weeks now.
Go on.
You know the trending sound that goes like, I taste just like candy, so dance with
me.
Right. So he did that. And his title is Got Bored, so I turned myself into a 13th century 10 and crushed it.
And if you go through his page, he is styling this chainmail, this night attire so well, honestly.
The man's consistent. The man serves.
The
man is committed. And
to the king.
And I believe that he is owed our nichelord. Maybe our niche knight of the week.
We knight you our nichelord of the week. Hear ye, hear ye. We have a nichelord called Chase the Knight. This really is a nichelord. This is our first authentic nichelord.
Yes.
I love it. God bless you.
He deserves more views. He deserves
really
some love. He gets like 2K, 3K.
He only has 17,000 followers. Y'all, as Jen Hamilton would say, run it up. I don't know if anyone actually runs it up based on our nichelord, but I hope they do.
But we're committed. I at least want them to know that we see them and we like them.
That's the whole point of a nichelord, is to introduce them to people who are very cool, who they might not know. And on that note, if you like niche things, internet history, reality TV, or pop culture, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow Will. I linked everything for him down below. And you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And we'll see you next time. Deuces.